Hello everyone, today I'll be bringing you a Suya recipe. This is called Suya and it's from Nigeria, and it's just kebab, which is roasted meat on a stick. So the first thing you want to do is soak your skewers in water. That will prevent it from, catching fire where you put it on a grill or in the oven. And for this recipe I'm going to be using thinly sliced beef. And for the suya recipe, you need some hot peppers and some ginger and some suya spice. The ginger is completely optional, so is the hot peppers. You can just use the suya spice, but traditionally the suya is spicy, so I usually go in and I add a little bit of pepper to the suya spice. I also add a little bit more dry ginger because I just like a lot of ginger. So the first thing you want to do, as you can see, is mix up the seasoning here. I do this in a large glass baking sheet. That way, it's easy for me to coat the meat when I put the meat on the stick. So I'm just going to mix, and I advise you mix and taste and make sure it's according to your, your taste capacity and your level of spiciness. I'm just going to dice up some onions and mushrooms. I'm going to use for the kebabs or the suya. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just slice the meat in small squares. You just want to slice it large enough so you can put on the stick, as you will see. Nothing fancy, and it's easier for you to do this, of course, if the meat is pre-cut. If you have to cut the meat yourself, it will take you a bit longer. So the whole process from now on is essentially really just putting the meat on the skewer, put in the vegetable. You don't have to put any vegetable, you can just use meat, and that's it. That's just the preparation process, and you do this, and when you're done, you set it aside. So now that I'm done putting this meat on the skewers, I'm getting some seasoning cube, and I put the seasoning cube in oil, and I'm going to brush the oil with the seasoning on the meat. So the oil will just add as adhesive or glue, so that the seasoning can stick to the meat just like that. And this is the reason why I use this baking sheet in the first place, so it's easy for me to just put the seasoning on the meat just like that. When I'm done, I'm just going to put the oil back on the meat, and this will just help bind everything in. It's a really easy process. I'm using gloves here because as you saw previously, I put a lot of peppers on it, so it was really spicy. So this is just to protect my finger and also for hygiene. So what you do, you just put it on there and let it sit on your countertop for a few minutes. And then I'm going to lightly brush the pan. I lightly brush the pan with some oil, and I just put it on the back. I'm going to put this in an oven, and it just takes at least 15 minutes to bake because the meat was really thin. So halfway through cooking the meat, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over and put it back in the oven. And then that's it, it's ready. You can eat it like this. I paired mine with some coleslaw and some fresh sliced tomatoes. Traditionally you eat it with raw onions, but I'm allergic to raw onions, so I just did what worked for me. This is some oat coleslaw I made. You can see the recipe for that on my old video. And thank you guys. Hopefully you guys like the video. Bye bye.